So when I first met Phil, I would say about a year and a half ago, I was also on the fence about signing up for his programs. Who the hell is this guy, Phil Smith? He's got a beard, kind of nervous. You know, I was like, am I really about to pay this guy thousands of dollars? I've never met him before. But it turned out to be the best decision of my life. You know, I only had about $5,000 to my name, and I gave pretty much all of it to Phil. I was on the brink of bankruptcy. Within a month, I turned my life around. You know, if you can imagine a 25-year-old about to go through bankruptcy, it's kind of like a nightmare. You know, couldn't pay my student loans, couldn't pay my credit cards, couldn't pay my rent. And then I met Phil. Ever since then, he's taught me how to create value for clients, for customers, how to build my own business, create my own income. And it's only increased since I started with Phil. So, you know, I started off making $5 a day, now making $100,000 a month. You know, it sounds kind of skeptical to believe, but you know, the results are there. You know, you've seen the recordings on the mastermind, you know how it works. We show you everything. All I can say is jump in before it's too late, because the prices go up every month. It's really up to you. You know, if you're afraid to spend the money for the program, or you're afraid to spend the money for the mastermind, you know, the value is there. This is I've been to over 10 masterminds. There are 2,000 apiece, and the value is 100% there just to be in the same network as someone who makes $10 million a month, or someone who makes $50 million a year. You know, to pay $2,000 to ask that person questions is absolutely 100% worth it. I would say the most beneficial part, the most valuable part about actually coming to one of Phil's masterminds is that he gives you access to his personal network of contacts and friends and business partners. You know, you come here and Phil alone is on the Inc. 5000. When he brings a friend over, they're also on the Inc. 5000. His whole network is here succeeding. So you don't just get access to Phil, you get access to Phil and all of his business partners, associates, whatever you need help with, he's there to help you achieve it. The only thing is, this is no longer a 9 to 5. You create your own hours in this, and you know, you create your own path. He gives you all the resources to succeed. You gotta put the elbow grease in and make it happen. So when I first met Phil, you know, he went to the first event, he sends me the address. First thing I did, I went on Zillow.com. I was like, where is this guy even sending me? House, $10 million house, right? Every time we come to Vegas, he gets the biggest suite at the Bellagio for the people that come to his mastermind, right? He wants to show you guys what is possible when you get into the lead generation business. And you know, my month alone, I made $100,000 last month. First person I called was my mentor, Phil, right? Give him a call. Hey, Phil, you're not gonna believe it. I just had my first 100K month. Phil's first response is, I remember my first 100K month. So, you know, he keeps raising the bar on how you can perform as a business owner, because he's already achieved those different limits, right? When you see the Lambo, when you see the huge suite, you see the huge houses, that stuff is all great, but that's a byproduct of his success and his hard work. And it's a byproduct of all of our success and all our hard work, you know? You don't get that working a 9 to 5. You get that when you build your own scalable business, which is exactly what Phil teaches us to do. So my first initial goal was to, you know, make $50,000 a month by December 2021. It's November and I have already surpassed that goal. So now my next goal is to make $1 million a month by December 2022. And I have no doubt with this network, with these contacts and connections, that is not gonna happen. You know, I know for a fact that is 100% going to happen just because of the people that you're around. These guys think $100,000 a month is nothing. So scaling that 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, it only shows you the only limit you have is in your mind. Because once you have the right network, you can make anything happen.